My boobs were this big. Just be careful. Handle me with care. Like, do I love? Like, I could never fit this again. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. It's your girl T and I'm back with another one. As you all have been waiting, and as promised, today's video is going to be my boob Q&A, because as y'all know, I got the girls done. They out here looking, they sitting or whatever. Today I got on, well, every day I have on my surgical bra. I'm probably never not gonna wear a surgical bra because I'll never need to wear a regular bra. So this is what I wear every single day, surgical bras. I put a link on my Instagram because that's where my majority of my supporters and people that give a fuck about me. I put an anonymous link on my Instagram because I know some people are scared to ask questions or whatever the case may be. So I like to answer. I like to put an anonymous link on my Instagram when I want to do Q&As because a lot of people don't like asking certain questions. People be shy. People, y'all know how it goes. So anyway, I put an anonymous link on my Instagram and asked my followers on Instagram to ask me questions, because when I got my boobs done, when I announced that I got my boobs done on my Instagram, everybody was asking me questions and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put a link up and answer the videos all together. I sat down and took all the questions off my phone from the app, and I wrote them down on this notepad. And it was a lot of questions being asked repetitively. That's why I wrote them down. But when I went through all the questions and took out all the, because like some questions was asked like 5 times, some questions was asked 2 times. When I went in and looked at all the questions and eliminated all the repetitive questions, I had 20 questions. So I'm going to be answering 20 questions, which I feel like is all the questions that you can ask about the procedure, because what else can you ask? Like, it's not too many questions you can like want to ask. So yeah, before we finish this video, let me tell y'all something. Y'all, my hair is so pretty. Like, y'all see it. I get all my hair from Shop Malika J. So if you go to www.shopmalikaj, I have in all 30 inches. This is a natural install, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do too much hair talk because it's about boobs. And y'all know that I have on Tinaco Cosmetics. So y'all need to go shop www.Tinaco Cosmetics if you want your lips to look this good. I have on a Coco Nicole liner, which is currently sold out because it's our most popular signature liner. But I have on my matte lipstick called Undressed, and I topped it with Naked High Shine Gloss. No, not Naked High Shine Gloss, y'all. Excuse me. I topped it with Bare High Shine Gloss to give it that shine. Furthermore, let's get to it. Let's get to the video. Let's get to this Q&A. So before I continue, make sure that you are subscribed, because y'all, this is the first video of 2022. By this time next year, I need to be at 10K or more. And if you're watching my videos and you are not subscribed, that is weird. Leave the weird shit in 2021. I love y'all, and let's get started with this video. Okay, so before I get into the questions, I'm gonna talk about my experience. I'm not gonna go too much into the actual experience itself because I have an actual vlog of everything from the time that from a whole month before my surgery, from all the way to the time I got on the plane, from the time I went to my pre-op, post-op, and had the surgery. So if you wanna know how the whole experience went, you need to go watch my vlog, my boob vlog. I'm gonna tag it. I'm gonna just link it below for my new subscribers that haven't watched anything, or if you just found this on a popular page, you never watched the video, I'm gonna link it below if you want to know the actual experience. I'm gonna start off is like how it actually went down, because it's so crazy and it was so random. So first and foremost, I'm 24 years old. I've never had breasts. My breasts were fine. Like, I wasn't 100% flat chested, but I was flat chested. Like, I didn't really have boobs, never really had cleavage. One thing about my boobs though that I was born with, they sat up real nice or whatever, but it was little to nothing. So ever since, me and my best friend, we usually do everything together. We always want the same stuff. Like, we the same person in different bodies, honestly. So when we was in high school or whatever, we always talked about like, oh, I can't wait to get our boobs done. We gonna get our boobs done. I'm gonna get my boobs done. We used to be sending people like, her boobs look good. I can't wait to get my boobs done. But when I was in high school, I was way too young to be thinking about any surgery. And of course, I didn't have the funds. So just wishful thinking. That was just a dream at that point. So I always talked about getting my boobs done or whatever. But I just didn't know when I was going to do it. I'm real scary. I say I'm going to do something. And then, you know, that'll be a phase. I'll be like, one day I'll be like, I want my boobs done. Like, and then another day I'll be like, I don't even really give a fuck. Like, so it took me a minute to get it, but that's really why. Anyway, this year, you know, I turned 24. I mean, in 2021, because it's 2022. In 2021, you know, I was 23. I had a couple different businesses going on and stuff like that. So, in 2021, after my birthday, I had been sleeping on it for a minute. As I told y'all, I've been wanting them for years or whatever. And my best friend ended up being the one to go first. She's always the first one to do everything, honestly. And then I finally get the guts to do it or whatever. But I be knowing in my mind that I'm going to do it. But it's just something about her going first that just make me feel better about stuff. My best friend had got hers done in July or whatever. And still when she had got hers done, I was like, oh, they cute. But I wasn't really too much. I didn't too much give a fuck about getting mine done. Still, you know, it's always been something that I plan on doing, but I didn't think it was gonna happen in 2021. So she got hers done in July or whatever. They look amazing. So when my birthday came around, you know, I had wore like a woofer, like little corset or whatever, and I had like the little silicone little things to sit them up real nice or whatever. And I had already been talking about doing it, and I hadn't bought me nothing like super duper expensive. Like I really stayed down in 2021. I hadn't bought me nothing expensive in 2021. So after my birthday, I kept saying like, when I was planning my birthday, after my birthday, I'm gonna get my boobs done. But you know, I was thinking in my head like, girl, no the fuck you not. But I was like, I'm gonna just go get them done. I'm gonna get them done. And it's one thing, I say it all the time, but I don't really do it. So after my birthday, I went out of town, and I'm like, I actually was sitting, I was working. I already told myself like, okay, after my birthday trip, I was telling my friends after my birthday trip, I'm just gonna book my boobs. I'm just gonna do it, because if I don't do it now, I'm never gonna do it. So I was doing lashes as soon as I came back. The first day I came back, I was doing lashes, and I'm like, why am I playing with myself? Like, girl, you said you were gonna book this surgery. You still ain't booked it. You still ain't booked it. So I was like, fuck it. So my best friend had already went through the experience or whatever. So she had already had her surgical coordinator, so she gave me the direct number to the surgical coordinator, instead of calling the surgical office or whatever to, you know, start the process and they send me a surgical work. She just gave me the right direct number to our surgical coordinator. So I was at work and I'm like, you know what, I'm finna just book it, because if I don't book it now, tomorrow I'm not even gonna be thinking about it. Like, I just gotta book it in order for me to just do it, because if I don't do it now, I'm never gonna do it. So I was at work one day and I just called the number, and I called the surgical coordinator and I told her what I wanted, that I wanted to get a breast augmentation. She asked me what day I was interested in. I had the money. I had way past money. So I had the money. So I'm like, you know what? I'm finna do it. My best friend, my other best friend already told me like, you know what, friend? Like, you need to get them. You need to get them in the beginning of December so you could be ready for New Year's. And I was like, that's an amazing idea. So I had in my head that I wanted to go at the beginning of December. So when I called her, she asked me what day I want. I called her at the end of September. So it had to be like September 28th through September 30th. And I told her like, I want to get my boobs done, let's say the beginning of December. And my doctor, he only do surgery on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So in the beginning of December, I either had the option to do it on, the option to do it either December 7th or December 9th. So I decided to do it on the 7th. And when you decide on your day, she's like, okay, cool. You gotta put down a deposit. Basically, I had to put down a deposit, and the deposit was $1,000, I believe, or was it $1,500? I can't remember, y'all. It was $1,000 to $1,500. I low-key think it was $1,500. Yes, it was $1,500. So I had to put down a deposit or whatever, and I'm not even gonna tell you all them details because I got questions on it. So once I put down the deposit, that's when it gets started. You gotta send her your credit card information to put down the deposit, obviously. And then that's when she starts sending me like paperwork and stuff that I had to look at. I had to read thoroughly. I had to agree to terms and conditions. I had to sign a whole bunch of paperwork virtually or whatever. She sent it to my email. So once I was done doing the paperwork or whatever, then next step was I had to send her pictures. I had to send her pictures from the front, and I had to send her pictures from the side, the right side, and the left side, or whatever. After she got the pictures, she approved me, and I had to do a whole lot of paperwork, more paperwork, like medical work, like does breast cancer run in your family? Do you have asthma? Have you ever had surgery? That type of paperwork. And once I got done doing that or whatever, then we was good. So she had that was like September 30th, and then they tell you that your deposit, the remaining balance has to be paid at least 60 days before your surgery. Now, a lot of people aren't like me. If somebody a regular person, if they want surgery in December, they dang near booking it at the beginning of the year. Me, on the other hand, I decided to book my surgery 2 months before. So I had to pay my remaining balance a little bit sooner than the average person. I paid my deposit in October. No, I paid my deposit in September. And then I had to pay the remaining balance literally the following month, which was October. So after I paid the following month, after I paid the remaining balance the next month, then that's when she sent me all the important stuff. She sent me my suggested vitamins. She sent me my paperwork for my labs. So before you have surgery, you have to get labs done to basically clear you for surgery. So she sent me all the stuff that when I go to my primary doctor, what I have to get checked up, certain stuff I have to get done and stuff like that. And then what else? After she gave me the vitamins, I went and got them ASAP because the thing is, what's the word? BMI must be below 33 in order to have surgery. If it's above that or it doesn't meet the required number, you will not be able to have surgery. So I made sure that I went and got the vitamins. As soon as she told me what vitamins to get, I went and got them. And the vitamins, I have them in my first vlog, but I'll just mention them again. They were folic acid, iron pills, Floridix, iron, and vitamin C pills. So I went to the vitamin shop and I got all of those vitamins besides the Floridix iron because it was just weird. Like when they was showing me what the vitamin was, it was like a liquid. I'm like, no, I'm not taking that. I'm like, I'll take my iron, my vitamin C, and my folic acid, and I'll be fine because I'm healthy. I'll be good. I know people that have, but I just didn't do that. So after I made my final payment, like I was taking the vitamins every day. I stopped smoking hookah. I stopped drinking. I had my times where I snuck and drink or whatever because we had Halloween, we had all type of stuff. But when it was directly a month before my surgery, I cut everything out. But I definitely stopped smoking hookah. That was the first thing I stopped smoking. After my birthday and my deposit was put down, I didn't touch no hookah. I didn't start smoking hookah till dang near Christmas. So I was like clean. After I paid my full payment or whatever, it was just an average of like a countdown, like just counting down the surgery, taking your vitamins, staying healthy, drinking water, staying away from alcohol and all that stuff that's bad for your body. Literally, they tell you that after you get your lab requirements, they tell you that your labs must be scheduled with your primary doctor no early than 2 to 3 weeks before your surgery. Anything before that, I think, was it before that? Yeah, anything before that is not accurate, and anything after that will expire. So I had booked my labs November 23rd, I believe, and that was exactly 2 weeks before my surgery, so I was good. So basically, when you go in and get your labs, they test you for you get a EKG test, a pregnancy test, and it was something else that I can't remember, y'all. Sorry. Once you get those labs done by your doctor, they put them through and they call you and they tell you whether you cleared or not. So I went to my primary doctor, I got my labs done. They give you a paper of like a checklist. I made sure I did every single thing, because when it was time to go to surgery, I didn't need no complications or whatever. So my doctor went off the checklist. One thing that she thought I had to get was a mammogram, which I didn't because I'm under 40 years old, and what was it? Ultrasound, which I also didn't have to get because breast cancer doesn't run in my family. So literally it was only a few things that I had to get checked off. 2 days later, my doctor called me and told me that I look amazing. Everything's amazing. She said my EKG was amazing, and she says you're clear for surgery. Once you're clear for surgery, you have your doctor fax it to the surgical clinic, and they'll have it the day of your surgery, so they know that you're cleared. Now me, on the other hand, I was doing plenty of research beforehand. I seen girls, and my best friend too, they had their doctor fax it, and on top of faxing it, I brought a folder, and I had all my paperwork in there too, because I'm not gonna get all the way where I'm going and y'all tell me y'all don't have some or something. I made sure I had everything. I went back to the doctor after I got cleared, and I had them printed out. I had a folder with everything that I needed. I had my wish pics in there so I could show my doctor when I got there. I had everything in the folder just to be sure, because you never want no complications before surgery, because that shit is irritating. Because I actually had a complication. I think I had to call my doctor. They had to fax like some type of records or whatever the day of surgery, but that's the only thing I had. Everything else was A1. So then after I got my labs or whatever and I was cleared, it literally was the countdown from there. Like literally counting down the days to surgery, getting nervous as fuck. So from surgery day, that's in the next vlog. So I just want to tell y'all like the things, like a lot of people think you just book your surgery and it's just that. No, it's plenty other stuff that you have to do outside of that. So I just want to tell y'all how I got started, when I booked my surgery, what made me book it, like, and all that good stuff. So now that I told y'all that, let's get to these questions. We got 20 questions and I'm not leaving nothing out, so stay tuned to this next part. First question is pain level 1 through 10. So I never had surgery before, y'all, and this was my first surgery, and I don't know if I took the easy way out or what, but my pain level was very tolerable. I have heard bad rumors about the pain level of a boob job, and I've heard good experiences about the boob procedure. You just gotta, you just gotta take it. You just gotta take it for what it is, and you gotta, experience it yourself. But my pain level 1 through 10 had to be like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It probably was like a 6 to 7. Because don't get me wrong, it was definitely painful. I had boobs this big, and I got these big old implants in them, so it feels like pressure. It doesn't feel like pain, it feels like pressure, because your boobs are getting stretched by these big old implants that your body and your breasts aren't used to. But I'm not gonna lie, the stories I heard, it didn't match up. I did a lot of research before I got my boobs done. I wanted to see what it was like the experience for other girls when they got them. I seen girls say when they got in the car, bumps made them like hurt. I done seen them on video like, ow, in the car. Y'all, literally, my friend was driving. We was going over bumps. I was normal. I seen people be high as hell after surgery. I was normal. I was throwing up gang. Watch my video. I was throwing up gang. Like, I woke up and I was fine. Like, it was definitely pressure, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm never doing this again. It literally was tolerable as pain for me. Like, I don't know if now I know that I have a high pain tolerance or what the case may be, but pain level was definitely like a 6 through 7. normal people go home after surgery and be in the bed. Everybody got to do everything for them. I was up. I was walking around, talking on the phone. I mean, I was in pain. Don't get me wrong. I was in pain. But it was very tolerable. Yes, I took my pain meds and all that because I don't like pain. I wanted to go to sleep and stuff like that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm just this big bad wolf. And I didn't even have to take pain meds because I definitely did. But the pain wasn't that bad to me. Like, literally, people thought I was crazy because I was doing so good. Like, I was very much independent. Like, of course, my friends had to help me and stuff like that, but I was very much independent. I was doing a lot of stuff on my own. I was getting up. It was definitely hard bending, lifting my arms and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna lie, low-key think I could lift my arm. Not like, this. I couldn't, cheer. But I definitely was doing a lot by myself, y'all. And I was up my friend that had him before, she was like, I am so proud of you. You are doing so good. And I'm like, she was like, you gotta have a high pain tolerance. And I'm like, maybe, but I don't know. But yeah, pain level, definitely a 6 through 7 for me. It was not the worst experience. I actually had an experience where I'd be like, I'll do it again. Like, literally. So 6 to 7 for me, y'all. So next question is, did they take good care of you after the procedure? I would say they did. So when you get surgery, they put you, the most scariest part is getting put under the table, and that's the anesthesia. They put anesthesia in you, and it basically puts you to sleep. So after I got put to sleep, when they was done with the surgery, all I heard them is call my name, Tiana. And I was just like, and I just woke up, felt a little pressure and pain, nothing too bad. And they was just like, we're about to call your friend and tell her to pick you up. How are you doing? I'm like, I'm okay. Like, I felt a little high, but nothing too unmanageable. Like, I didn't feel slow. So I literally just sat there, whatever, and they put my clothes back on for me because when you go into surgery, you're completely naked. You have nothing on but one of those ugly gowns that they provide you with. They put my clothes on. I heard them call Kendry, like, hi, Tiana's ready. And she like, okay. And then literally probably 5 minutes went by and I heard them call her again, like, are you on the way? Are you pulling up? And I heard Kendry like, you literally just called me 5 minutes ago. Like, I'm literally pulling up. I had to go get her meds, da, 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 da. So I would say they did take good care of me. Like, they made sure they was on Kendry's ass. Like, she's ready to go. I mean, that's about it. All I remember is them basically putting on my clothes and, wheeling me out that damn motherfucker. Like, wheeling me out. They put me in a wheelchair. They wheeled me out. Yeah, I would say they took good care of me. They didn't take bad care of me. And it was so funny because y'all know I'm very friendly to a certain extent. But when I was at my pre-op appointment waiting on to get called in or whatever, I made me some friends. And it was so crazy because literally the girl that I was talking to, I was telling her like, is you nervous? Because I'm nervous or whatever. Literally when I woke up from surgery, she was sitting right next to me and I'm like, hey girl, like what up? Like, she was like, hey, like we were talking to each other or whatever. So we was all just chilling in a room or whatever. The girl on the side of me she was doing a lot, but me and sis was just chilling. Like we got taken great care of. Like I would say they did. I wouldn't never say they didn't. Like they took good care of me. I had watched people's stories of their surgical clinic taking bad care of them, but they made sure the queen was straight, baby. So what made you get it? My boobs are your size that you just got yours. I would kill to have the boobs you just had. I can't wear all the cute open tops with my big boobs. It's annoying to wear certain tops, but I'm happy that you got what you wanted. Thank you, boo. So like I told y'all, I've been wanting boobs. Like I've never had boobs. I feel like girls that get it. Girls that don't. The girls that never have boobs, they know why they want boobs. We all want cleavage. We all want to wear the cute strapless top to have our boobs sitting up. I was tired of being flat chested and certain stuff. Honestly, y'all know that I just recently, not too long ago, launched my cosmetics line, and my face and everything is what sells everything. Like my face, me, Tiana, Tina Cole, I am before anybody, I am what sells my product. And I feel like boobs was a good look. I always got to do shoots. I always got to do everything. I feel like it's a very good look for my brand. It brings me sex appeal. I'm so serious, y'all. It brings me sex appeal, and it just I'm not gonna say I was insecure before, because I'm not. Like, honestly, y'all see, I just told y'all in the beginning of the video, I was contemplating on these boobs for a long time, because it ain't really something that I feel like I needed to just complete myself, because I was never insecure. But it's just something that I feel would just be beneficial to my image, because I'm already that girl and I'm already pretty. So I just feel like it would enhance. Everything else on my body is cool, like, but them boobs, they just wasn't sitting enough in them shirts, you know. And I feel like it fills out my it fills out my body. Like, it complements my body, because I'm not a super skinny girl. I'm shaped pretty nice, and it makes me, like, before my boobs were flat, so it just made me look straight. And I'm not that hippie, but I'm not like super square, if that makes sense. I have a nice shape. I just feel like the boobs fill me out. They made me like, y'all get it. So that's why I always wanted boobs, y'all. I always wanted boobs. I love boobs. They look good in everything. My girl said she can't wear all the open tops with her big boobs. And that's the only problem I want in life. Like, my boobs won't fit in this dress. Like, when you never had boobs before, you don't care about that stuff. Like, you gonna try to make it work. Like, and yeah, that's basically why I got them. Yeah, I always just wanted boobs. They compliment me. They're gonna build my look for my business. And yeah, that's the next question is, how much did you pay? So, first and foremost, my surgery was, how much was my surgery? So my surgery was $4,500, so $4,500. And then I had to put down a deposit of $1,500, and then 60 days before your surgery, you have to pay the remaining, which was $3,000. They really firm on your payment. By the way, I forgot to add that in the beginning. They're firm. They will call you. They will blow your phone up. Hey, your payment is due. They will reschedule your appointment, and they will cancel it. When they say 60 days, that's what they mean. So if you really don't have the funds for it, you should just wait till it's time, because they do not play about the payments. So yeah, overall, the breast augmentation service with my doctor was $4,500. And then you also have to add all the extra stuff. So I paid $4,500 for the surgery itself. When I got to surgery, you got to pay for a COVID test. You have to pay for another pregnancy test, because people get pregnant all the time after their labs. Like, you get a pregnancy test at your lab with your primary doctor, but it's so much that can happen in 2 weeks, so they got to test you again. You have to pay for both of those tests. You have to pay for your surgical bras. They provide you with a surgical bra so they can put it on you as soon as you get out of surgery. So you pay for a surgical bra. You pay for a breast band, you pay for your scar cream, and I think you do all this at your pre-op appointment. At my pre-op appointment, which is where you get all your testing. So after I got done paying for all that stuff, I think I left out paying like $300. And I'm just like, y'all is so irritating. Like, so I paid $300. I think it was like $275, but you know, you always gotta round it up. So I paid like $275 at my pre-op appointment. So let's get our calculator out. So before I got there, I paid $4,500. You gotta pay $275. I paid $275 for all the stuff that I needed for the surgery. We at $4,700. So if you don't live wherever you're going, I got my surgery done in Miami. If you don't live there, it could be costly. So I'm gonna tell y'all what I planned on playing at first. So I had booked the hotel for me and my friend or whatever, and you know, since my friend was coming with me, I was gonna pay for it. I planned on paying. Like, your only job is to come and help me. Like, that's enough. You taking off of work and come here to help me, I got you. Hotel that I have found, you supposed to stay there you're supposed to get there at least a day before your pre-op, so you can already be there, because they give you your pre-op. Once your whole payment is paid, your full payment is paid, they go ahead and schedule for your pre-op or whatever. And my pre-op was at 11 o'clock in the morning. So I made sure I was there a day before, because with COVID, these flights be getting delayed and all type of stuff be going on in this sick world. So I made sure I was there a day before. So I was gonna get a hotel for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Monday pre-op, Tuesday actual surgery. Wednesday was your post-op appointment, which is the day after literally the day after your surgery. And they require you to stay there for like, I think 4 more days. Who's doing that? I left the day after my post-op or whatever, because y'all know my surgery was well. I was in pain. Do not get me wrong. I was in pain. But it was in bad pain. It's to the point where I feel like I could get up and get on a plane and go home, because I wanted to be in my bed. So when I started the hotel that I had booked, it was probably like $800 for, it was like $700 to $800 for those total Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5 days. So let's add that. And then, you know, you got to get, if you don't live there or you don't know nobody that lives there, you have to drive to your post-op appointment. I mean, your pre-op appointment, your post-op appointment, surgery. You got to have a way to get your meds so you can have them as soon as you get out of surgery. So you got to add the car. So when I was going to get a car, it came out to probably like $600. So overall, and that's just the estimate, y'all, because I didn't end up booking a car. So overall, I was supposed to pay like 6 G's. Oh, wait. Then we got to add the flight. I ended up getting my flight very cheap. So my flight had to be 60, 70, 90. I found like a $150 flight. So you got to add the flight. So like that's like $6,200 that I was supposed to pay. Now I ended up getting very lucky, and one of my friends lives in Miami. So I was able to stay at her house because she had an extra bedroom. I was able to stay at her house, so that takes away the $700. And then she had a car, which she took me to my pre-op, my post-op, my surgery, and to get my meds. So let's take away like $700. So overall, I probably paid like $4,700 altogether for my whole surgery experience. And that's just with the actual surgery itself, and then the stuff that you have to buy the day of your surgery. Like I said, your surgical bra, your breast band, your scar cream, your COVID and pregnancy test. So overall, I paid at least $4,700 to $4,800 for the whole surgery. So I am a princess and I'm a lucky girl. I was so happy about that. But I was prepared to pay all that, but I ended up getting lucky. So just keep that in mind. It's not always about the surgery. It's always other stuff that come with it. So you always got to think of that too. The question is, how bad is the pain? As I stated before, it's more pressure than pain. If anything, you just feel tightness on your breast because they just filled your little breast with big old implants, like I had stated before. So it's not that pain. It's not that bad. I told y'all it was about a 6.5, 7 out of 10. It was not bad, y'all, I promise y'all. But I have friends that feel like it was bad, and then I have friends that feel like it wasn't as well. It all depends on you and your pain tolerance, probably. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's pain. I think it's pressure. So next question is, what size did you get? So when I went to the doctor, I had seen plenty of girls. I followed my surgical clinic surgery group on Facebook, and it's girls uploading to there every day, all day. You know, they do so many surgeries every day. So it was girls there every day, all day, uploading their boobs, what size they got, and you know, whatever. So I would take that to mind, like, okay, I already knew I wanted like C cups or whatever, because like anything less than that is just a waste of money for me, and I wanted my boobs to be big. So I wanted C cups, but I didn't know the numbers. Like if you do your research on boobs, it's 350 cc's, 370 cc's, 380 cc's. I don't know what that is. So I would just look at girls in the surgical groups, and I'll take it like that. And then I look on the girls. I got, it was a few girls on Instagram that had like amazing boobs that I love. So I screenshotted them, and then I printed them out and had them in my phone for my wish pics. But I really couldn't tell my doctor what size I want. And it's crazy, because when you do your research, it shows like you may have a girl in your phone and she has amazing boobs, you love them, you want yours to look just like hers. she may have had smaller or bigger boobs than you. So if you want that look, you may need to get more CCs than her. Or if you had more boobs than she had to begin with, you may get less CCs than her. So that's why it's always good to have wish pics instead of trying to figure out what size you want, because for your desired look, you may not get those CCs, because that girl might have got them CCs because she may have had A cups, and that girl may have got those CCs because she might have had B cups. But at the end of the day, it all depends on your desired look. So I didn't come in telling him what CCs I wanted. I had my wish pics and I told him specific details. I told him that I wanted my boobs to be big. I wanted them to sit up still when they dropped, because when they're swole, they sit up obviously, but they're gonna drop. And I told him even when they're dropped, I want them to sit up. I don't want, honestly y'all, I didn't want super duper natural titties. Like when I got my boobs done, I want them to look like I got them done. Like for New Year's, when I just went out, I had strippers, all type of people coming up to me like, did you just get your boobs done? She was like, your boobs look amazing. Like, that's the type of look I was going for. I don't want to look like I had them boobs my whole life, because no, like what? I wanted them to be natural, but I didn't want them to look like, you know, round balls on my chest. But I definitely need you to know I got these done because I paid for them. You know what I'm saying? And that's the look I want. That matches me. They look good on me. So that's what I wanted. But anyway, so I showed him my wish pics. He doesn't even tell you, my doctor didn't even tell me what he was gonna give me. I showed him my wish pics, what I wanted, details. I told him I wanted them big, but not too big for my body. I don't want to look like I'm leaning over. I don't want to look like Big Inch. I want to look like Tina Cobb. So he like, okay, showed him a couple wish pics, like, told him the little details. He like, okay. He made the marks on my boobs or whatever. He then told me that my right boob was bigger than my left boob. So therefore, if you want the boobs to match, you're gonna put different silicone in each one. So in my right boob, I got 595 cc's, and then in my left boob, I got 503 cc's. And they give you a card, so you always, it's like an insurance card, you always know how big each boob is. So yeah, I got different amounts of silicone in both boobs so they can average out. And as you can see, they definitely look like they're the same size. So the next question is, how do they determine the size? So basically, like I said in a previous question, they determine the size based off your wish pics. So you show him what you want your boobs to look like. And me, I made sure I was very detailed, because once I had this surgery, that's it. Like, so you gotta make sure you detail. Don't go in there playing. Don't be shy. Y'all know I'm very dramatic, and I have a sense of humor. I'm like, I want my boobs to sit on my chin. Like, not realistically, but I want them to sit up. So that's why I told him, and I showed him my wish pics, and he determined which size would get me to my wish pic, basically. What size would grant my wishes, basically. So I had like little B cup boobs, and if sis has A cup boobs, he's gonna and we have the same wish pic, he's gonna determine based off the boobs we already have what size he's gonna put in your boobs to get you to get the look that you're going for, to accomplish that wish pic look. So if that makes, I think that makes sense. So basically, that's how they determine the size, and what size you get based off your wish pic and based off the size of your actual boobs at the beginning of your surgery. So yeah. Does recovery hurt? Yes, recovery hurts, but as stated in the beginning of the video, it was very tolerable for me. My whole recovery, I just chilled. I took my meds, I took my painkillers. They give you perk 5s, muscle relaxers, and your antibiotics, which really you're supposed to take. That stops, that prevents infections and any other thing that can go wrong. Recovery was a breeze for me. I chilled. It was my time to chill and just reflect, because I worked so much. I would never in my life take a week off. Like, literally never in life. So surgery really gave me that time to just chill and just cherish life. And like show you that life isn't all about working all the time. Sometimes you do need to take a break and just relax. So that's what I did during my surgery. I ate They tell you that you need to get up and walk every 5 minutes, because when you do recover, all you want to do is lay down. Definitely with these jugs on your chest, like these feel like jugs because I never had boobs before, so they did feel heavy at first, and then, you know, you can't, like, it's hard to walk. Like, I was walking with a hunch a little bit because I didn't want to do this, because my incisions are my boobs were, my implants were put in at the bottom, like under the muscle. You could get your implants put in under the muscle, or you could get them put in through your nipples, your areolas, or whatever you want to call them. But I decided to get mine put down here. So I can't be going like this and stuff during recovery, because, you know, you're pulling your incisions. You don't want to rip them and stuff like that. So you do got to kind of walk with a hunch or whatever. I was very lazy during my recovery. So when I had to get up and walk, I was so irritated. Like, I don't feel like walking. But you want to walk because you don't want to get blood clots. They give you these ugly surgical socks. What are they called? Compression socks. They give you ugly compression socks. They're white, they're ugly, they go to your knees, but basically it helps prevent blood clots too. And I wore that, I wore those for my whole week until I was done with my antibiotics. I even wore them when I first went back to work, just to make sure I was good, because I did not want to get blood clots or whatever. But recovery, it does hurt. But one thing that I could say that about recovery, every day gets better. Your first day, your second day is going to be better than your first. Your third day is going to be better than your second. Your fourth day is going to be better than your third, etc. Yeah, it's just a process, and you have to be patient. You can't rush it, because at the end of the day, you just had surgery. You really got to take it easy. So I was really resting. I was talking on the phone with my friends all day. Like, it was just chill. It was not bad. I was ready to go back to work. When I had heard people, when my best friend told me, like, you're gonna be good in a week, on day 4, I'm like, hell no, I didn't know way I'm gonna be good in a week. Like, I just was like, I know my recovery gonna be worse than hers, because I can't see myself getting up for work in, like, on day 4, I'm like, I can't see myself getting up for work in 3 to 4 days. But like I said, day 4 I feel like that. But day 6, I feel totally different. Like, every day gets better. Like, recovery is literally a process. So would I say the recovery hurts? Yes, because it's recovery. But does it get better every single day? Absolutely. The next question is, what made you wait till now to get your breast augmentation? So, as you guys know, like I stated before, I'm 24 years old. I wasn't in no rush. Because like I said, I've never been insecure, but it's definitely something that I wanted to enhance on my body. But one thing that stopped me and made me like wait till now to get it was, one, I was so scared, y'all. Like, I've never had no type of surgery in my life, so I was very scared to get surgery. Being put under the table, hearing horror stories of people don't wake up sometimes, and just having some put in your body and just putting you to sleep is scary as fuck. And then, like, I didn't ever knew how my pain tolerance was. Like, I have multiple tattoos and stuff like that, but I just feel like surgery is a different type of pain. So I wasn't like sure. Like, I was so scared. And as I stated in the beginning of the video, that's what really stopped me from, like, one day I'd be like, I'll forget it, and in my mind you'll be like, girl, you scary as fuck. But one, I was scared, and for two, I have a rule of my life. You can't buy it twice. You do not need to be getting it. And surgery is more than a bag, a fucking designer shoe, anything that's luxury and expensive. I feel like if you cannot buy it twice, do not do it. Now, I'm not gonna say this year was the first time that I could buy them twice. Absolutely not. I could have been got them, but I was just scared. But this year, 2021 was amazing for me. Like, literally every year gets better for me. And last year, baby, I did amazing. So I'm like, you know what? For one, I worked hard. I deserve it. This is my birthday gift to myself. And for two, my boobs were $4,500. I could buy that a couple times, like more than a couple. So it's just like, girl, go get that, because girl, you gonna make that right back. So that's my rule. Like, I was not finna go get no surgery if I knew that surgery money was like something that I have to work super hard to get back, or it was gonna be my last, I need to be able to make that, I need to be able to buy it a couple times. If I want to go get more surgery tomorrow, I could. So that's my rule. Like, that was another thing. I need to make sure I could do this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just my little rule. So yeah, for one, I was scary, and for two, I needed to be able to buy it a couple times. If I can't buy it a couple times, I don't need it, or I'm not ready for it. So next question is, did you lose sensation in your breast? The day of surgery, I couldn't feel, like I could go like this, like, and I could not feel like my nipples. And I was so scared because nipple sensation is the girl's best friend. So I was so scared, y'all. But you know, you have to realize you just had surgery, you've been cut open, they've inserted these implants in you, you're gonna lose sensation regardless. Now, the people that get their silicone inserted through their areola usually are the ones that lose sensation. I have a client that I was talking to about my surgery before I had it. She had it, and she, like a little older or whatever, and she got hers put in through her nipples, and she doesn't have sensation. And it's been years since she had her breast. Now, the first couple days, no, I could not find it, but they come back. Like, I can definitely feel my nipples, and I definitely have the sensation, of course. But this my left one, like, I could squeeze my nipple and I don't really feel too much. I feel it, but I don't feel too much pain as I would before the surgery. And then my right nipple has came completely back. I really do have all my sensation, but you could tell this one is, you know, it's working towards it. But yeah, you lose our sensation if you get them inserted inside, but usually when you get your implants inserted under the muscle, you're good. They go away for a little bit because you just had surgery, but they definitely come back, because mine just came back. The pros and cons. Y'all, I love my boobs. I can't even tell you no cons right now. Like, I can't tell you. But the pros is I love them. Like, I fill out all my clothes. Like, they make me have like a little figure. I could finally wear like bralettes. I was wearing bralettes anyway. Nothing really changed because I really wore what I wanted. But the difference is I fill out everything I want to wear. Like, they kind of make me look a little grown. Like, I ain't never looked like too kiddish or young, but they completed my look. They cute. Like, cons, I don't know if y'all talking about cons of the actual surgery or cons of having them, but the cons, I can't really think of no cons right now. Y'all gonna have to ask me in a couple months when I want to wear a certain shirt and my boobs too big for them. Because right now, that's the only problems I want in life, baby. I don't know. Cons, I really feel like the downtime. Like, don't nobody want to be down. Oh, one pro of boob surgery, unlike any other surgery, the downtime is not bad. I literally took 1 week off. At 1 week, like literally the 8th day, day 8 post-op, I was back at work. Because one thing about me, now, not saying if you work in a factory and you lift boxes and shit, you could go back to work. But one thing about my job, I sit down all day. I don't do too much lifting. Literally, I sit like this all day and do lashes. That's it. So that's a really good pro. Like, the downtime isn't bad. You can go to work, you could get up, you could walk and stuff very quickly, way faster than a girl that gets a BBL, lipo, or any of that can. Like, it's a real easy surgery. Recovery is easy, quick, fast, but everybody's experience is different or whatever. But overall, surgery, I mean boob surgery, is like the easiest, quickest surgery that you could get. Yeah, maybe the only con is that you do, if you get it inserted under the muscle, you do have a scar, and they say it can't go away, but I feel like it's a freaking scar. You know, we all have scars from when we fell off our bike when we was kids, and that didn't go away. So you really think an incision from a breast augmentation is gonna go away? No, I don't think it goes away completely, but it can definitely fade if you taking precautions, you using your scar creams and stuff like that, and using it like every day. It'll probably go away over the years, but I feel like that's like one of the only cons that I have right now, because who wants a scar on underneath their boob? But then the pro about it is that my boobs are big, so you never see that scar. The only person that will probably see your scar is, you know, the rest, and they don't care. So you and that person, that's it. Like your boobs, like literally, definitely when they drop, you're never gonna see that scar, and that's why I got mine inserted underneath. So you regret getting surgery? Is that a question? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. I absolutely positively do not regret getting surgery. I probably never will. That's the best $4,500 I have ever spent. It's worth every bag, every shoe, every piece of extension. I absolutely positively do not regret getting surgery. I can't ever see it, because I done went 24 years, I done went 24 years with having little nubs. No, baby, I do not regret it. Whoever asked this is crazy, but I'm gonna answer it. They said, the next question is, have you had sex with your new boobs yet? Is it uncomfortable? Yes, I've had sex with my boobs. Was it uncomfortable? No, because you know, you don't do that type of stuff during your recovery stage. So usually when you do that, you're still recovering, of course, but you're more healed than you were the first week, so it doesn't hurt. But you do got to be very careful, because you're still a little tender, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want the person to smush your boobs or be sitting on top of them or laying on them or whatever. But movement and, like, you know, sexual movement, it doesn't really bother me at all. Just be careful. Handle me with care, basically. But no, it wasn't uncomfortable, because I waited. I didn't just even the first week after I, you know, was done recovering, I didn't go back to work until I finished my antibiotics or whatever, because you can't drive or anything while you're on your pain meds and your antibiotics. So I didn't even do all that. So I damn for sure was not about to have sex. Like, no. So yeah, when I had sex, it was a reasonable time, and it was not uncomfortable. Would you get a BBL, veneers, or any other surgery? So after having surgery, boobs weren't bad or whatever, but the process, like, is very, like, traumatizing. Not really traumatizing. It gives me anxiety. So to see, like, for me to hop off the table and see that, like, boobs, literally not one piece of blood, no blood. You don't have to see none of all that. BBLs and stuff, that's terrifying. All that blood, you really handicapped. You got to be down for a long time. You could barely move anything. You're handicapped. You can't do anything on your own. Being that I was very independent during my recovery, somewhat independent, BBL scare me. I don't think I would do a BBL. And honestly, I'm not big body or anything. It's nothing really wrong with my body, so I would not get a BBL. I would probably get lipo, because guts are hard to lose, and unless you have the ambition and motivation to get in the gym, be consistent, and eat properly, it's very hard to get rid of your gut. And with me having boobs, of course I want a super flat stomach, so I would get lipo. But honestly, this is how my stomach looks. Like, literally, it's nothing really too much wrong with my stomach. So right now I wouldn't get lipo. But if it got to that point where it's just like, okay, mama's is getting big, she's eating, she got this big old gut, or even after, you know, I don't know, I would definitely get lipo, because I don't think that lipo is that bad. I heard lipo hurts or whatever, but I don't think it's as bad as a BBL. Veneers, I would definitely get veneers. I know y'all gonna watch this video and be like, girl, you don't need veneers. My teeth are pretty and all, but they're not like perfect. Like, who don't want a perfect smile? Like, of course I would get veneers, because I don't feel like I don't think veneers are painful. I would definitely get veneers. I'm even thinking about getting them, but that's not a priority on my list right now. So in the future, probably. And I don't know what other surgery I would get besides lipo. So yeah. Is it hard sitting on your back or laying on your back? I practice, but I can never do it. I really want mine done. Is it hard sitting on your back? Yes, if you don't have a backrest pillow, because I'm always tempted to turn to one side. But when I got surgery, I made sure I had a backrest pillow. If you have a backrest pillow, it makes it easier to lay on your back rather than just being flat on a pillow. But like mentally, like when you used to laying on your stomach or your side, it gets irritating because I lay on my side, so that's my comfortable way of sleeping. So having to lay on my back is just like ugh. But during recovery, when I was taking them pain meds and they was putting me to sleep, I wasn't really thinking about it. And I'm not gonna lie, like they tell you that you're supposed to sleep on your back while you're healing, so your implants can heal properly and they don't move. I'll be sleeping on my side a little bit, but when I realize it, I go back to my back. But it becomes very hard, definitely when your pain is like you don't have too much pain and you're able to lay on your side. It's hard to not lay on your side. But I'm taking my recovery very serious because I want my boobs to heal properly. In 3 days I will be officially 1 month post-op, so I have little to no pain right now. But yeah, it gets harder to lay on your back when you know like you're able to lay on your side, if that makes sense. Like when they were painful and I knew for damn sure I can't lay on my side, it's easier to lay on your back because you can't do anything else or it's gonna hurt. So question, would you get, this is kind of like the last one, would you get teeth, lip, nose, jawline surgery? Only teeth. I'm not a fan of lip fillers, probably because my lips are pretty full. I probably would never get lip fillers. I would absolutely, positively never touch my nose because I have the cutest nose in the world. I will never, ever, ever in my life touch my face because what the actual fuck? That ain't gonna do shit but mess my face up. And I'm already perfect, so why would I touch my face? Like, no. I feel like people that touch their face, they be looking weird. Like, why you being weird to me? But no, I will never touch my face. Mark my words, never touch my face. So if my face ever look touched, it gotta be a little concealer or contour, because baby, I will never. Next, do you love your results? Love, like that's an understanding statement. Like, I love them. Like, I heard a lot of stories that when you first get your breasts done, you go through a depression stage, like, why did I do this? Or they look ugly, because they definitely change every day. When I got my boobs done for the first time, like the first day, they were so swole. And when I compare, I took pictures, I take nudes so I could compare. Like, I take nudes every week. 1 week post-op, 2 week post-op, 3 week post-op, 4 week post-op, 5 week, a month, you know? And in my pictures, they form and they look beautiful, more and more beautiful every single week. Like, literally. And I think it's because my best friend warned me, like, you can't be, she know how I am, I'm dramatic. She's just like, when you get your boobs, like, you're gonna go through depression. Like, should I have done this? Or I don't like them because they look like, when you first get them, they don't look weird, but then they start looking weird. Like, did he do what he's supposed to? But every single day they form into these beautiful little round circles on your chest, and they just so cute. Like, literally, y'all, I am so in love. Like, this is like one of the best decisions I ever made. I love them. I love them. It's nothing about them that I would change. I even love my size, and they still dropping, but you can tell they gonna look amazing. And then I even got lucky because a lot of girls, I don't know if y'all ever seen, but people who have boob jobs, and literally what they do is they insert the implants exactly where your chest is. So if your boobs sat out here, when they insert them, they're still gonna sit out here, so you're gonna have a gap. Me, on the other hand, I really don't have too much of a gap, so I love them. And literally, y'all, my boobs were this big. This is how big my boobs was. This is my old bra. Like, do I love? Like, I could never fit this again. Like, I don't know my actual cup yet because they're still falling and dropping, but I'm almost certain I'm a D cup in bras. So, do I love? Hell yeah, I love my bras. So, y'all, that's basically it. Like, that's all the questions I got. that's the end of this video. That's the end of this Q&A. So that's basically the end of this video. To end this video, do what you want in life. If you have the money and it's something that you really want to do, it's something that you really want to buy, go for it. Life is too short. That money is just going to sit there when we die. So do what you want. Make yourself happy. If it's something about your appearance that you want to change and you're able to change it, change it. If you can afford it, go get it. But I feel like everybody should use the rule: if you cannot buy it twice, do not do it. It was just my time, and I did what I feel like was best. I have no regrets. I love them. And yeah, that's this Q&A. I finally got it for y'all. Literally, like I stated in the video, I will be 1 month post-op in 3 days, and this is how my boobs look. You can see that they're really starting to form and actually look like something. Like, they're adorable. So I have no regrets. I love them so much. I would never take them away if I had the chance. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was very informative. I hope I didn't leave anything out, and I hope I answered everybody's questions. Thank y'all for supporting me. Make sure that if you are not subscribed, you subscribe right now. And I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.